Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. This is the Real Housewives of Potomac review season. I believe this is season 6, episode 11. I'm moving a little slower today, child. I am halfway through this pregnancy. I did my gender reveal. It's a baby boy, and it's what we wanted. Thank the Most High for that. And my husband's son were happy we did a review. They were screaming up and down the house. His daughter, however, wasn't feeling it. She was hot, but I can't change this what the Most High gave me. But I did spend the entire day in the ER yesterday. I was having a lot of lower bottom abdominal pain. I didn't know what it was. I went to the emergency room. Actually, I went to urgent care of Kaiser, and I was there for an hour, only for them to send me to the ER saying that because I was one day, which is today, away from my 20-week mark, they couldn't have labor and what's his name see me. And I said, it's only it wasn't even a whole day. It was less than 24 hours before I hit 20 weeks. But they said, no, we have to follow protocol. And I'm here sitting here talking about I'm in pain. And they had me leave there after waiting an hour in line, go to the ER. And it was just insane. But I was there. The baby's fine. But the doctor said that I'm having what he termed ligament stretch. It seems like once you hit this mark, your baby is now like getting bigger and, you know, moving around, and your ligaments are starting to stretch to try and accommodate for the extra space needed for the baby's growth. So I didn't know what that felt like. It just felt like my body was being ripped apart. I was scared. I thought I was in labor, and I was like, no, it's too early. We're just halfway. So I dealt with that yesterday, came home late, tired, exhausted, woke up today trying to do this review. And then also we found out that my female dog might actually be pregnant too. Child, we're not sure. We just know that she keeps getting bigger and bigger, and her nipples are protruding. Her butt she just looks like round in the middle where her stomach is supposed to be. And I'm like, girl, I'm not feeding you any differently, child. She exercises. I mean, she's just still getting bigger. So I'm just thinking that she knocked up, but we weren't sure whether she let, him hit during her last heat cycle, child, but she might be too. So we just going through a lot on this end, but I wanted to do this review for this episode to keep up. I am going to try to do Salt Lake review tomorrow or when I get to watch it, because I know somebody asked me if I'm going to review it. I am going to review season 2. I was just not feeling well when episode 1 came on. Also, after this review later on today, I'm going to do another commentary on this whole Nikita Dragoon situation that I just saw all over social media. I have a lot to say about that shit. I'm out of breath though, y'all, because bear with me, I can't breathe. But that little nonsense I need to speak about, because I'm kind of getting irritated with some of the situations that's going on, and I know some of you are, and it's making it very difficult. So I want to address that. Look out for that video too. Now we get to this episode, No Business Like Shady Business, and it's like Candace's mama is in town for the music video. She's just in town to talk shit. Candace's mama is low-key two-faced, shady as hell. She seemed to be excited when Candace married Chris. She seemed to be happy when Candace married Chris. All of a sudden now all she's doing is talking shit. And we have since seen online, I think there was an online beef that Candace and Mia had gone through. Let me see if I have it on my phone. Where I guess Candace must have watched a show, right? And it looked like something where Mia had said something along the lines like, at Robin Dixon, Real Housewives of Potomac is not nasty. She's REAL, real. Now at the real Candace, on the other hand, I'm good. Hashtag is Chris getting paid. Nah, Miss Dorothy confirmed. Hashtag unemployment. So somebody that's not even on the show, a commentator replied, she slotted right in an easy transition, and I prefer her to other long-term housewives, aka Candace and Robin. Opinionated and outspoken, but not nasty, referring to Mia Thornton. Then we get to Candace's reply, where she said, now I have specifically made a point to ignore your handsome ass all season. Mia does look handsome, child, okay? She looks like all the surgery she done in her face makes her look absolutely handsome, all right? She said, you claim I'm irrelevant, but can't seem to keep my name out your mouth. Don't pull that bullying bullshit when I light your ass up again. Do keep my husband's name out your mouth though, right? Then we go to another Twitter thing that Mia wrote. She said, you'd be mad if you found out your husband was tossing my salad in the kitchen. Hashtag sous chef. And Chris now hopped his ass up on the little Twitter feed saying, I mean, since I'm so integral this morning and on everyone's mind in tweets, not really my type, referring to Mia. I prefer that all natural dark chocolate type of woman. I was like, Chris, you better come through for your girl. And, you know, Mia and Candace are basically beefing on Twitter. And Mia is helping this season with the juice. But she's getting too messy, and I love it. So Candace's mom comes in town, and she's already talking shit. She has a comment about everything. They talk about Candace's outfit. She said her outfit looks tired. Candace's response is like, well, tired is in. I was like, girl, you better tell her. Then she says something like, they go to the couch. She said, this couch looks like the one you had in your first apartment. Candace is like, listen, my mama is in town and my edges are struggling. By the time this week is over, I'm going to lose all the rest of the edges I had left dealing with this woman. Dorothy just needs to shut the hell up. Then we get to Giselle, as she's being a mom and dad to her daughter, Grace, teaching her how to drive using Jamal's car that he left behind, and teaching her not to kill the damn cones that she wants her to learn how to drive. Now, I see Giselle being a good mom to Grace. I just don't see Jamal at all being a parent to any of these girls. I haven't seen it on the show or off the show, and the girls seem to spend more time with their mom. Maybe he just pays child support and call it a day. He's a child support daddy. Mia and Gordon's segment comes up. Mia FaceTimes her mama to get ice cream with the kids as an invitation. But mama has like her whole life to live. Mama tells basically, it's like she hangs around Mia's other siblings and their kids, but she doesn't really spend much time with Mia. And it put me back to the mindset of mama already admitted to Mia that whenever she looks at Mia, Mia reminds her of the daddy who she blames for introducing her to drugs. She don't take no responsibility for taking the damn drugs, but she blames him for even bringing it to her. I think Mia's mom is distant with Mia because she has a problem looking at her because of the pain her daddy caused her. And she's deliberately spending more time with the other kids who Mia acknowledged has different daddies and keeping Mia at a distance. Plus, she don't want Mia to hold her ass to the cross for the behavior she exhibited as a bad drug addict mama, and she don't want to take responsibility for it. So Mia is trying to extend an olive branch, but I don't see mom making any effort. Then after they're done, Mia goes to talk to her husband, Gordon, and they start talking shit about Candace. She now mentions how Candace's choice of having Chris as a husbander and talks to her husband about it, saying it never works. She then brings up their bedroom, even though she don't know shit about it, saying that this could lead to issues in the bedroom. And we all know when bedroom becomes a problem, the marriage is a marriage. Then she talks about Candace's song possibly being a one-hit wonder. Mia had a whole lot of shit talking to do, and Gordon's little messy ass was soaking all the way up to help this show going. But why are you talking about somebody else's husband when you got your own man who already told you you don't even spend time with your kids? Why are you running your mouth about Candace when you have free time instead of spending time with your kids, Mia? It's a hot ass mess that Candace is a hot topic in this situation. Then we get to Ashley going to meet her family, and she's letting them know that Michael, who's known for real estate, is now wanting to dip into the adult industry, as in making movies. Not necessarily the adult movies, it's not specified. He just said that he wants to get into the movie business. But knowing Michael's little old ass, freaky ass, he reminds me of what you think about when you talk about Hugh Hefner. If I'm Michael, I'm thinking that he's like Ashley can star in. If Ashley's little freaky ass match will be up on there as the video hoe. He wants to do porn. I don't care what Michael says about the movie business. I think that's the business he wants to venture his ass into because he's a freak. Michael is a super freak. Can't nobody lie about it. Then we have Candace at her dance rehearsal now, and she's rehearsing her dance moves with some choreographers for the video that she's about to shoot. And she calls Chris, and Chris always seems to have like a defensive type disrespectful attitude towards Candace when they're talking about her music, anything. I low-key feel like Chris is bitter because everybody else is looking at him like he's just riding her coattails and he's not doing something for himself. And he's working for his own wife. And Candace is the one on TV. Candace is the one with the talent showing it off. And I think it emasculates him a little bit. And instead of him saying that, he seems to take a snap at Candace every time that this is brought up some way or some form. Because Candace on the phone talking about, you talk to me crazy sometimes. And Chris responded by saying, sometimes you don't know who the hell I am. Candace now decides to check him by saying, well, you work for me. Well, Candace, on the other hand, you ain't paying him. So he's not getting paid for all the work he's doing thus far. And that also probably contributes to why he's so snappy. Because if Candace is not announcing to people that her husbander is not being paid, he's just helping her doing this for free with his own time that he could be spending trying to get his own life together. And Candace's friends and mom is looking at him like he's not shit. It's almost feeling like his work is not being noticed and he's being taken for granted. At the same time, Chris, it's not Candace's fault if everybody else got their own nasty ass opinion about you, but he's always snapping at her. And I know Candace notices the situation. I just don't think that she wants to go and find another manager she might have to pay to do all this because she don't have the budget for it yet. Then we get to music video day, right? And Mia shows up first. and already starts talking shit. Are we in a parking lot? It's not even a new parking lot. Where's everybody? Where's the manager? What am I doing here? And then we have Wendy showing up next. And after her, we got Miss Dorothy coming. And of course, freaking Mia's first thing that she wants to do is compliment Dorothy on how young Dorothy looks, and followed up with the, how old are you, bitch? You are not going to ask me how old I am once I get a certain past age. Past age, I'm going to start lying. After a little bit, I'm going to start lying about my age, and I will not tell you the truth. But she straight up asked this woman who she just met for the first time, while she already been talking about her daughter behind her back, how old she is. Wendy's like, if you ask any Nigerian mom, or at least my Nigerian mom about it, on the confessional, she would say, worry about how old you look. Don't worry about how old I am. And I would have responded the exact same way, and so would have been my mama. Then we had Candace showing up. After her other scenes are being filmed, she shows up a little late. Giselle showed up and noticed that Candace wasn't there, walked her ass back up in the car. Robin shows up, and then we have the cars that they're waiting for the film crew to start filming, because I guess there's supposed to be some fancy cars because it's supposed to look like a drag race type theme. They're not there. And of course, this is something that Chris was supposed to have handled as her husbander. So Candace is looking at it like this is a boo-boo that Chris had done. This ain't ready. The sun's about to go down. What the hell are we gonna do? Now, Karen shows up with her Maserati. We got Ascala showing up. And of course, Candace is trying to hit up Chris and find out what's going on to get him to either call the cars, bring some cars, or work a miracle, or at least show up and support her. Chris is like, I already did all this stuff. I want to go there and cook my own food and do what I need to do. So everything goes to voicemail, right? So she's getting kind of like irritated. While this is happening, the shit talking per Dorothy begins. Dorothy starts off the conversation like, I love Chris. Now, y'all know that when you want to talk shit about somebody, you always start off with a good compliment. Now, I love this person, child, but, and then when the but comes, that one good compliment you give them is followed by 1,000 negative compliments. Because what Dorothy says, she goes, Dorothy starts running her mouth behind Candace, and she's talking to her, Candace's friends, about Candace and her, whatever she thinks about the situation. She says that she is not okay with the husbander being Chris. She's not okay with the dynamic that's going on. She's talking to the girls. And while this is happening, Ascala's pulled up with her Range Rover to the video because they need cars now. They didn't ask Ascala to use her Range Rover. They asked Wendy to pull up her black car. They asked Karen to pull up her Maserati to make it look like a wealthy cars are in the video. Meanwhile, Messy Me is asking Dorothy if Chris is getting paid for his work. Bitch, why the fuck is that any of your business? You know you being messy, you know you being nosy, and you know you're doing it when you were invited to this situation, but hell, we love it for the mess. She asked that question, and Dorothy's dumb ass decides to answer it. No, he's not. Dorothy's not even trying to protect Candace and Chris. She over there running her whole mouth. Then Wendy goes and tells Candace while Mia's doing this that Mia's running her mouth. Now, I don't think that was the right time, Wendy, to tell Candace about some drama going on because she needs to have a clear head to do her job. You should have waited till the whole video was done to pull her to the side and tell her what Mia's ass was doing. Because now she already pissed off about the car not being there. And she got to be mad because the mama's running her mouth. And not only that, Messy Mia is asking questions to her mama. And Candace know her mama ain't going to protect her. So it's just not the right time. But she tells Candace, and Candace is already ready to go off, but she's trying to keep her composure for the cause. Then Karen's Maserati makes it to the debut. We get to Dorothy's shit talking part 2. She tells Karen that Chris quit his job, the restaurant had closed, and she wasn't expecting him to get rid of his job after they got married. And I'm like, Karen is on the confessional like, bitch, I just fixed my relationship with Candace. Why the hell would you dump all this tea on me? Don't try to set me up. I mean, if Karen goes and tells Candace, listen, what your mama was saying to me, that's going to cause a problem between Candace and her mama. And Karen is smarter than that, but she don't want all this tea to be sitting on her mind. But Dorothy's running her mouth of the video to the side, basically venting all her venting because Candace wasn't listening to her when she tried to tell her some bad shit about her husband. Then the fine-ass boyfriend that's supposed to be on the video shows up, and this boy's beautiful. Beautiful. Alongside the fact that Chris is now walking up with his damn apron, pissed off because to me, it looked like he was pissed off that maybe that Candace is calling him or something, but he now basically looked like, said later that he was mad because he just talked to the car people at noon. They were supposed to have the car there, and they did not show up, even though they just confirmed that they were going to show up with the cars at noon. So he's hot, of course, but you don't show up to your girl's thing when you already know a mistake has been made and show up angry. You want to go there and comfort her and let her know everything's going to be okay so she can shoot this damn video. But he takes that energy to the side, which I appreciate. And Dorothy and everybody's looking at him like, why you got to make a scene? Dorothy does not give a fuck. It doesn't matter if Chris walked up there without an apron, with a suit on, with all this barrage of cars come. She would have had something negative to say about that man. I don't care. I think Dorothy's little single jealous ass is jealous of Candace and her daughter's success. Because every time I see her on the screen, she always got something negative to say. I have not seen Dorothy say something nice. She always has some backhanded compliment. Dorothy is messy. Then we have Robin and Giselle sucking up all the tea, because Robin goes up to Dorothy and asks Dorothy, is Dottie, is she still paying for their mortgage even though her name's not on the mortgage? She said, is Chris getting too comfortable? I mean, she was trying to get all the tea, and Giselle was in the confessional talking about, get it all, bitch, and come tell me. And Dorothy's answering all the damn question, and she's insinuating, even though Candace already told us that Dorothy is not involved in any aspect of the house, she's now insinuating that Dorothy is helping them pay their mortgage, which will make sense, because why does Candace have a whole room dedicated to her mama? Is this supposed to be a shrine as a thank you for her helping you pay your bills? But either way, why are you saying this to Robin Dissy? And Robin, why the hell are you asking somebody else about their mortgage issues when you already said that your house done foreclosed, owe so many money to the tax people, and you let your friends steal from you? Why are you even concerned? But that shit was just messy. I was more pissed off at Dorothy for even engaging in it. You too damn old to be doing this shit. And while your daughter is out there doing a music video, you just wanted to be messy, child. But she endured, and she just basically let her know. The music video starts to happen. They start dancing. Everybody start having fun. And I'm sitting up there, and Giselle makes sure to tell Mama Dorothy that she had already told Candace that Chris is riding her coattails. And Mama Dorothy's like, nodding her head. And I'm thinking, bitch, Candace, when you watch these scenes, make sure you know when Monique told your ass, Robin and Giselle are not your friends, bitch. That you see, they are not your friends. All here on TV, finding some dirty ass tea to make the show go and to put the TV going. I mean, hell, it's good for me, but bitch, you better know who your friends are and keep your enemies closer. I mean, hell, but Candace is not gonna see this till later on, and she's gonna probably talk about it in the reunion because it's gonna piss her off. I would be pissed off too. Now, with the music video and the old ass people dancing in the back, child, my mama will not be in my music video ever in life. Because Lord knows, the amount of ass shaking I'll be doing, she'll be there with some holy water trying to make me repent. Okay, I do not see, no, I'm sorry. It's not going to be like that. But they seem to have had fun. They did what they said they were going to come do. They supported, and it was a good thing that Candace has friends who are wealthy enough to have expensive looking cars like a Range Rover, like a Maserati, like a BMW to put in the video because her cars didn't show up to make it still look good. So that was this review. They're going to show the next, they showed the next episode, and Giselle's gonna throw this shady little hotel retreat at her house that looks like a crack house still being built. Like, the thing don't even look like set, it just looked like dirt everywhere. I'm like, is this the house that like initially she had a house and then there was a second house attached to it? Now it looks like everything's just being broken down. Candace is going to attack me and let me know who the hell she is. And of course, Robin's going to open her mouth and try to attack Wendy because Wendy went after Giselle. And Wendy's going to read her as usual because Robin don't know. She just keeps putting her foot in her damn mouth. That's just what it is. And of course, Karen is going to catch some woman trying to flirt with her man. It don't matter how old Ray is. Karen will still whoop some bitch ass for that man. Simple as that. But that was this episode, and that was my review. Look for the Nikita Dragoon commentary that I'm going to do in a little bit. But like, subscribe, notification bell. Make sure your notifications are working good. And you guys have a good rest of your day.